If we redefine what culture is, we re-diagnose it, can it be the thing that changes work forever? Okay, let's go. It's a good question. I'm going to go and answer that. And I'm going to introduce a brand new definition and framework for organizational culture in this video. This is chapter 2. I'm Nick Holmes. I am the culture doctor. I'm on a journey to becoming the leading authority in everything organizational culture, so we can redesign it, we can rewire it with intent, and we can make work way more remarkable. Because let's be honest, work isn't working for most of us right now. After sleep, work is the thing we do most in our life. It cannot suck. We've got to redesign it. And my view, my belief, the thing that I'm working towards through a doctorate and over the coming years, I'm going to be dedicating my life to understanding how we can redesign organizational culture. So in the previous video, in my chapter 1, I defined culture. I talked about it as a shared set of values. I raised up lots of research from academics and researchers who were talking about organizational culture, mainly in these terms. It's a shared set of beliefs, shared set of values, assumptions, artifacts that formulate over time, and that is the thing that creates a culture. Or you might be put into a bracket of culture. You might have a pace culture, hierarchical culture, an innovative culture, whatever that looks like. But here's the thing. Every definition that's out there, every researcher, every thought leader is creating culture as this static moment in time, and that is a problem. So stay with me, and at the end, I'm going to talk about how this new definition I'm about to bring is going to be able to transform the way we think and feel about work forever. Exciting. If you like this content and you like what I'm talking about, hit like, hit subscribe, and come on this journey with me. So for me, culture is not static. Culture is not just a set of values and beliefs and behaviors. Culture is this thing that's printed on this canvas behind me. It's something that I'm incredibly passionate about. Culture is your organization's living brain. Our brain, the thing that has enabled us to do all the things we do, that has evolved over thousands of years. It is the perfect metaphor, the perfect analogy for what our organizational culture needs to be, can be, and should be in the future. Our brain, our organizational living brain, is made up of 4 things in my definition. It's the maps, the stories that we tell ourselves, driven by cognitive activity. It's the wires, the decisions, the systems, the incentives, the things that happen within organizations. It's the patterns, the repeated behavior, the repeated neural pathways, the purging of actions that don't take place, and the hardening of the things that do. Then it's the sparks, the moments of learning, unlearning, leadership, and adaptation that keep fueling back and rewiring the system. All of this, maps, wires, patterns, and sparks, all of it is designed through what we experience, through what we think, what we feel, and what we do. So let me go one layer deeper into this new definition. Again, I'll repeat it. Culture is our living brain that exists within our organizations. It is alive. It's fueled by maps, right? Our maps are exactly the things that we believe in any given moment in time. If you think about the cognitive map of an organization, for you as an employee, as a person, that starts to get formed from -1, right? From what you see on a website, from your experience at an interview, and then you're in an organization, and it's the things you receive, it's the communications you get, it's the purpose statement. It is what we say we believe in as an organization. That can come in the shape and form of values, but it's not static, it's not singular, it doesn't stand alone. It's the picture we paint ourselves of organization. The maps are reinforced by wires. Wires as the neural pathways and the networks of our organization. It is how decisions are made. It is what good looks like. It is how we interact with each other through emails, decisions, performance. How do you get promoted and moved within the business? Who's the right person to speak to? Why is there a right person to speak to? It's what gets measured in your organization. Then after we understand that wires take place within this network of an organization, it's then about patterns. And patterns is all about repetition. Every meeting, what gets reinforced? What gets played back? Everyone turns up late. There's no meetings, no actions. Things just go through the motions. We're constantly on the back foot. Are we firefighting? Are we talking strategy in days and months versus years and longer thought processes? So patterns are all the things that get repeated within our businesses. And really importantly, our culture, that living brain, it purges what doesn't get used. So if we want to create cultures that are fulfilling, that are engaging, wonderful, that allow people and organizations to thrive, what gets repeated? That's what fuels the pattern. And finally, this last domain I'm talking about is spark, something that's close to my heart here, but it's how the organization learns and maybe more importantly, unlearns. It's the actions and interactions and moments that leaders do that can shift and alter culture altogether. And this is where this definition of the organizational living brain comes alive even more so for me. And why this is so different and why culture needs to be alive is, let's take those OG definitions of culture, right? It's a static, it's versions of values, behaviors, beliefs, right? Solidified over time. Well, I'll give you an example. Here's an organization. They've got 2,500 people, and 2 years ago, they introduced new values and behaviors with that leadership team. They've been matured over time, and that's set in stone at this point. What happens when the CEO leaves and a new CEO comes in, or members of the leadership team leave, attrition takes place and new leaders come in? But the things that the organization coined as their values and behaviors, they haven't changed. They've stayed the same. Is the culture exactly the same at this moment in time as it has been for the last 2 years? And will it continue to be? No, of course not. Posters don't make your culture. It's how we tell stories in our minds. It's the systems and incentives that take place. It's the behaviors that get repeated. And it's these sparks of learning and action that really start to dictate how we pursue and what we go after and how we perceive this entire environment. So all these things, sparks, the patterns, the wires, our cognitive maps, all of these things are fueled by one thing and one thing alone. And that is our experience. How we're made to feel at specific moments, the things that we see, the things that we don't see, the things that we do and act upon. All of that experience is constantly fueling the system and rewiring it at that moment in time. I know this might be a lot to get our heads around, and that's okay. Because what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to spend my time doing, is taking this brand new definition of culture. And this is how it's going to transform the way we think and feel at work. This is going to transform work and make it more remarkable. Why this matters is I'm going to be taking this definition and going to the highest growing organizations around the world and understanding what their maps are, what their wires are, what their patterns are, and what their sparks are. What are they experiencing? To do that, I'm going to be going in depth with people, in leadership, in sales, everywhere, R&D across these organizations to understand what makes this tick, using and elevating all the existing research out there and combining all of this into a blueprint that I'm going to talk through back in this channel to fundamentally change the way that the world works, to make it even more remarkable than it is today. In my next videos, I'm going to be talking about how you can now rewire your system, how you can start to diagnose the issues in your culture, how we can bring hope and leadership development into the world that actually drives awesome organizational change, not just for the sake of adding things into our set list as L&D, as learning and leadership professionals. Stay with me throughout this channel as we go on this journey together. I'll elevate research that's really resonating. I'll talk through the latest thinking, and I'll give you actions and tangibles and takeaways to go back to your workplace and completely redesign it, ready for the future, to make it even more remarkable. Okay, let's go. Make it more remarkable, because I'm taking this new definition and I'm going out. Oh, God. Funny. I'm going to keep that in because I think it's absolutely hilarious how that just happened. This is just like the malfunction